Rule number 33. Fear no man on this earth. Be the mighty lion amongst wild beasts.
One of the biggest reasons you're probably not growing is because you only hang out with your immediate little friend group. And let me explain. For a long time in my life, I only hung out with my little clique, and I was curious why I wasn't growing as much as I wanted to until I heard something called the 33% rule, and it changed my life.
The law of 33%. You should divide up your life and spend 33% of your time around people lower than you. You can mentor them, you can help them, and they'll help you back by making you feel good about yourself, right? It's good to know somebody's doing worse than you, right? That's that 30%. Then you have 33% of people that are on your level. These become your friends, your peers. But the last 33% is what most people forget about. Those are people 10, 20 years ahead of you. They'll make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's what you want.
I call it the rule of 33. 33% of your time should be working with people or surrounding yourself with people or taking time with people that are in essence below you. Maybe below you economically, below you in their career, because you can be a mentor. So 33% with them, 33% is like your crew, just people that are in essence at your level, and 33% of your time you want to spend with people that are further down the path than you are. And so you're learning like, oh, they think about it this way. They hustle this way. They do things this way. So to me, it's not like you're always trying to strive with these guys because there's value in all things. Plus, it's a little bit of like
you're the student here, the teacher here, and you're the support here.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Yes, that's a great way to think about it.
Having like-minded individuals in a room that all have similar goals, working towards the same thing, help you go further faster with those goals. The 33% rule, and what it is you have being able to like move your needle right in life like faster. You need to have 33% of the people who are above you. They're the mentors that you're chasing. 33% of people who are similar to you, to like colleagues at your same place. They're the ones that are going to hold you accountable as you continue to move forward together. And then 33% of the people that are under you, because they're the ones that are chasing you, and you're the ones that are providing feedback and mentorship to those ones.
33% of the time you should be hanging out with people who are smarter than you. The other 33% you should be hanging out with people who are on your level. And the last 33% you should be hanging out with people that you're smarter than. This way, you're evenly distributing, your talents. You're learning and you're educating at the same time. And not only are you learning and educating, but for the group in the middle, you guys get to like kind of push each other. You know what I'm saying? You get to challenge each other.
If you're not where you want to be, go onto your WhatsApp and look at the last 5 people that you've had a conversation with. And ask yourself, who are those people? If it's family and friends, that's a really good thing because you're in touch with people that you give a shit about. But what's the narrative on the other ones? What things are you talking about? Are you talking about shit? Are you just sharing memes? Where is this conversation going? Because that will tell you where it is that you're going. I think this is so important. It's not about cutting all your friends and going all down, but it's surrounding yourself with people who are on the same path as you.
You can't hang out with a bunch of dirtballs and think that you're just going to be the man, or the woman. You got to surround yourself proactively with people that lift you up, inspire you, that you can inspire, you can pull up. And so when you do that, what also happens is you start to disassociate. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes it's like it's your mom or your sister, and you're like, how do I do this? You can't disassociate from them. You still see them at Sunday dinner, you still see them at Christmas, whatever it is. But you can limit, and you can also limit the impact that they're having on your dreams. They're like, you're still doing that? They're kind of tearing you down a little bit. You can limit the amount of weight that you give those words. You say, Mama, I love you in these areas. You might like I love you to death. And in this particular area, I'm gonna listen to those that believe in me and listen to those that tell me that I can do it. Still love you, you're still my mom, it's all good, but I'm gonna listen to those that believe in me.
There's a third of the people out there, in your social, in your family, in your work, in your personal. There's a third of the people out there that will suck the life out of you. They'll just suck the life out of you. So I travel across the country and I introduce the 33% rule to leaders like yourself, coordinators like yourself, supervisors, administrators, and coaches. That if you can have this awareness of the 33% rule, you now will have some 33% armor.
In any organization, in any environment, you always have different types of people. The first one is the lower 33%. They suck the life out of you because nothing is ever good for them. They take the energy out of an environment. They take the motivation out of the environment. Now, the middle third, she said they're happy and positive most of the times, but they doubt in times of adversity. So here's the challenge with them. Circumstances dictate their attitude. because their energy is determined by the environment instead of them determining the environment and making that change. Then you have the top third. They maintain a positive attitude even in tough times. They're leaders, they're influencers, they change the game. Here's what I want you all to understand. When it comes to leadership, before you can lead other people, you must first lead your...
If you want to do big things in life, you have to follow this thing I call the law of 33%. So you spend 33% of your time around people with less accomplishment. Those are people maybe you mentor, you help. Then you spend 33% of your time around people who are on your level. Those become your friends. But the last 33% is what's missing in education and society. It's where you spend 33% of your time around people 20 years ahead of you. A few years ago, I made a list. Everybody that you think of as great people. Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett. And I was like, what's a common thread that they all have? Found out that Albert Einstein bumped into this guy who was a mathematician. Every Thursday, he would go to lunch, talk math with this guy from age 16 on. Alexander the Great, who maybe was the greatest conqueror of all time. His dad hired a mentor for him at age 14 to 16. Pretty good mentor. His name was Aristotle. I found in the top 40 people that you could say have done big things in our time, I think 39 of them attribute a lot of their success to mentors.
Like, I met you at Monty's office. Monty's, he's above me, and he inspires me to think bigger, do bigger, be bigger, right? He pulls me up. So he's someone that's further on the path than I am. That's a lift up for me. Then 33% of the time with people that you can kind of collaborate with that are, in essence, kind of playing the game at the level you're playing it at,
Right.
you know? Their marriage, they have kids the same age as you, and their businesses, you know, so because you can learn and collaborate together. And then 33% of your time is the people that are further down the path than you are. Because you can learn a lot through teaching, you can learn a lot through lifting those people up as well. So that rule of 33 is something that I try and proactively live by. That's how I surround myself with those people. And then the last thing is apply what you learn.
Yeah.
And Da Vinci said it's he that doeth the deed that hath the power. If you want the power, you got to do the deed.
Now, here's the trick. When you're dealing with the top tier, your mentors per se, you don't really want to bother them or argue with them. You want to receive the best information you possibly can. Take the fish, leave the bones. At the peer level, that's where you want to debate back and forth. That's where you want the most believable information. And after you have the best information you can receive that you have access to, and you debated it across peers, that's when you give that information to a mentee, and they'll get the best possible information you can give.
Problem is that most people in this room, you are that anchor in your family. So start hanging out with your peers, but then start hanging out with people at a higher level. Remember, the guaranteed way to success is personal development. However, the quickest way to success is proximity. You want to force growth, start hanging out with a higher level.
So when you're able to have this diversity, what happens is you're always learning. Learning should be a part of the process. People who are broke, they stop learning. And what happens, they have a weak mindset. So you've got to upgrade your mindset.
The rule of 33 to me is how we amplify our associations and how we truly, like, you're aspiring to be like these guys or gals, right? You can mentor and mastermind with your crew, and then you go teach the next generation. I think that is an updated way of thinking of your 5 people you surround yourself with most, is proactively, intentionally creating environments where the rule of 33 can come into place.
When you first start leveling up, the first thing you're going to do is kind of lose your balance. This will help you maintain balance, make sure you're on track, but provide upward mobility. You want to spend about 33% of your time with people you inspire, 33% of your time with people on your level, and then 33% of your time with the people that inspire you. This allows you to maintain balance, stay aggressive, and still provide for upward mobility. Keep it hard.
I pay attention to people in front of me and behind me. You can learn something from anybody. If a homeless dude tell you don't do push-ups in traffic, you should probably listen. Like, people have a tendency to only want to listen to people if they think they're successful. That's a mistake.
Right. You can learn something from anyone.
Yes, you can. You just got to know what to listen to.
And then you should spend a third of your time with people playing a bigger game than you. If you spend too much time teaching people, then you don't learn fuck all. If you spend too much time with people playing a bigger game than you, then you're always feeling overwhelmed and that you're never enough. So it's just getting that balance aspect of things.
You should hang out with people who are not necessarily below you, but people who strive to be like you. Because 1, it helps you get out of self, it helps you stop thinking about your own problems. And 2, it's beneficial to you because to teach is to learn twice. You learn more about a subject when you help someone else do it.
And then remember, you don't want to make the mistake most people make with mentors, finding somebody just a little bit better than them. You don't want to be the blind leading the blind. So I call it the 10x rule. Find somebody 10 times further ahead than you. If you want to learn how to grow $1 million company, you have to find somebody who has a $10 million company. Don't be afraid to go to the top. In-person mentors are amazing, and you can get people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. You'd be surprised.